So we've now discussed three topics about what I'm calling the social media landscape, kind of like the scale of social media, why people contribute, and lurkers. So I thought I'd recap everything we've covered, just kind of summarize what we've discussed this week in these video clips. So what we've thought about is that social media is really large, right? There's like a lot of users, like half the world on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, interacting with social media. And what we're coining social media for the rest of this class, and I think you should think about more generally, is this wide variety of platforms. It's not just this kind of traditional idea in your head that it might be Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, Reddit, and so on. It's going to be anywhere that is user-generated content. It's a social media site. And as a marketer, you might want to try and understand what's going on. The question is whether your content, as the company you're working for, is, or the question that you have in mind is being portrayed on that social media site. We did say that consumers use social media platforms when deciding what to purchase. So we do need to really understand social media, which again, I think is important. There was at least these three reasons that people were interacting with. Sorry, there was at least these three things that people were doing on social media sites to inform their purchase decisions. I then took a bit of a different turn and said, okay, well, people contribute to social media platforms for different reasons. And we discussed that paper by Tubia and Stephen that said that there's intrinsic and image reasons why people contribute to social media, and that there's going to be a mix of that among the population, right? Some people are posting for intrinsic utility. They just like to broadcast information. Some people have image-related concerns. Finally, I discussed the idea that the majority of social media users are lurkers and that they're not actively contributing. But then I argue that there's still marketing value in these guys. And we need to understand that and kind of think about how that affects the analysis we're going to do. It's just harder to measure it. So we're not going to really be able to quantify the value of them. We just have to acknowledge that it's out there and something we should think about. That's it for this week's discussion of the social media landscape. I hope you found it interesting. I definitely find each of these topics on their own to be really interesting and open up a whole world of questions and different things to think about from a research standpoint, and also from a business standpoint if I was working in a company where social media was important to me. I look forward to meeting with you again soon, either in a lab section or in the next video lecture in social media and web analytics, where we'll tackle yet another topic that I think has really high relevance for the kind of work that I think a good quantitative marketing scientist should be working on when they think about social media. See you then.